everybody, it's Jamie and it is Monday, so today we are doing my weekend sales update video. Basically, I'm just going to show you things that sold over the weekend and for how much. So first, let's talk about numbers. This was actually one of our biggest weekends ever, and we ended up doing over $1,000 in sales. We did $1,000.92 to be exact, so 92 cents over. Awesome. Also, we hit another milestone with, we now have 1,800 active listings in the eBay store, and that was a big milestone for me. I personally like to have a lot of inventory. I am also a law student and a mother, so it's important for me to have, I don't necessarily have a lot of time for listing, and I can't always list consistently, although that's changed a little bit now that I have an assistant. But I like to have a large inventory for times when, say, I have a lot of reading to do for school or something like that. I still have a lot of items available to sell. That is just what works for me at this point. So anyway, so let's get down to what sold. Basically, we had sales on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. Just one on Mercari. I think there were 6 on Poshmark, but let's get started. I think the items I have first here were the Poshmark sales. So, also, I've had a lot of people asking me about Poshmark recently, so I did a blog post on that. So if you go to my About section here on YouTube, there should be a link to my blog, Thrifting Through, and I did a quick overview of some Poshmark basics and a few little tips that might help you increase your sales over there. So let's get started here. The first item I have that sold on Poshmark, it is a Jennifer Lopez denim jacket. And denim jackets are pretty classic. I usually pick these up when I find them for a good price. I think this guy was only a couple bucks. And it sold for $18. And as many of you probably already know, the buyer always pays shipping on Posh, so it sold for $18 and the buyer covers the shipping. So the next Posh sale that I had was a cachet sweater, and this is a pretty good brand, a higher end brand. And this guy sold for 20 bucks on Posh. I think I got that for around $3. Okay, this is another Posh sale. It's Odalie. It's an Anthropologie brand. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a great anthro brand. This sold for 20 bucks, and this was actually less than $1. I got it at a $10 basket sale at a thrift shop. The name of the game on Poshmark this weekend was $20. It seems like everything I sold was for $20. This is a great J. Crew sweater sold on Posh for 20 bucks. Probably only paid a couple dollars for that, probably $2 to $3. That's what I would generally invest in an item like that. I love this one. This is so cute. This is like a Valentine's Day sweater. It's like a Tigger. This, $20 again on Posh. $20 was the magic number. And it's a divided by H&M, which is just like a regular mall kind of brand. But that sold for 20 bucks. Okay, I think that takes care of the Posh sales. So we will go on to the eBay sales. So I'm really excited because it's finally like bathing suits, shorts, those kind of things are moving on eBay. I really like selling those sorts of items. The return isn't always as good as it is usually on like winter items like coats and sweaters, but I love shipping them. They're super light. You can offer free first class shipping and they will move pretty well. So this is just a American Eagle pair of shorts. I think I got this at the bins, so it was less than $1, and it sold for $9. So I'll take that. Okay, this is a Gymboree skirt. This is a girl skirt. It's really cute. It's got like a little embroidered fox. You can usually find kids clothes pretty cheap, and Gymboree is a pretty good consistent seller for kids clothes. I used to work at a children's consignment shop. It was actually my first job, and I learned that people go crazy for Gymboree. They like certain lines, So when I sell something Gymboree, I usually look up the name of the line, and this one is Foxtrot, is the name of the line. And it sold for $6 plus shipping, so it probably cost me about 50 cents, honestly. The next item is an Adriana Papel, sort of like an evening jacket. It's pretty. This isn't something that I would list on Posh or Mercari. It's not like a super trendy item, but it's a great eBay item. I like this brand. I usually pick it up when I find it for a good price. This probably cost me about $2 to $3, and it ended up selling for $20. All right, what have we got next? Okay, I know I've talked about this brand before, Soft Surroundings. It's a really great brand. It's a women's clothing. It's a cute, like, surplice style neckline. It's got like some stretch to it. And this guy sold for $15, and I think I paid about $2 for that. So keep an eye out for that brand. It always sells pretty quickly for me. Okay, here's another brand that I love because it sells quickly and consistently, which is always great. So this is White House Black Market, and it's a beautiful white, just long cardigan sweater. And I actually just listed this probably just a couple days ago, and it sold quickly over the weekend for $20 plus shipping. So it's over 16 ounces, so I've been charging for like probably the past couple months. I've been charging for anything over 16 ounces. I've been charging the shipping to the buyer, and things have still been selling very well. It has not slowed down sales at all, that I've noticed anyway. Here is another brand. It's One World, Live and Let Live, and they sell this kind of earthy, artsy sort of stuff. This is a really pretty top. I think I paid $2 to $3 for this at Value World. We had a 50% off coupon, and it sold for $15. All right. The next thing I have is a maternity dress, and as many of you know who have had children, maternity clothes are expensive. I know when I was pregnant, I actually ordered a lot of my clothes from eBay. So that's how I knew to start selling them, because I knew people were looking for them. And this is just a motherhood dress, and it sold for $16. And I believe I got this guy for $1.99 at the Goodwill as is. One thing that I look out for maternity wear is I generally don't buy anything that is a medium or smaller. I might pick up a couple medium pieces, but honestly, be prepared if you buy any small or medium size, extra small maternity clothing. You're probably going to sit on it a lot longer. I'm not saying it's not going to sell, but you probably sit on it longer than the larges and extra large and the plus size maternity. Those sell the best. Okay, next item. So this is Maurice's, and I know I've talked about this brand. I hear a lot of resellers say they avoid this brand. I personally really like to pick it up because I can usually find it for pretty cheap, especially if it's a cute style. This is a really beautiful top, like a faux wrap with the tie on the side. And this actually sold for $18.37, and I paid less than $1 for it. But I knew the style was good. All right, next. So we've got, okay, all right, we have this poncho, and this I just got at a 94-cent sale. It's just like a purple sweater poncho. It's really cute. Its brand is Earth Song, which is not exactly something I'm super familiar with, but it was 94 cents, and I just happen to know that this poncho style sweater sells well, so this sold for $15. Okay, this is Rafaela, is the brand, and it's just a fleece vest, and I do really well on this brand in the larger sizes. So it's like a fleece vest with corduroy trim. It sold for $16. I paid less than $1 for it, and it's a size extra large. So like I said, I like the large sizes in that particular brand. Okay. Sorry, there's so much stuff this weekend. So what ended up, we did over $1,000 in sales, and we sold 51 items. So obviously I'm not going to take you through all 51 items. I'm just showing you some of the more important things that, you know, you can look out for, and hopefully add to your list when you're sourcing. So this is a Charter Club cashmere sweater. So I always buy cashmere if it's in good shape. And even if it's not, because you can lot it up and sell it to somebody who uses the scraps to make things for crafting or whatnot. So this guy sold for $18 and I paid $2 to $3. I always do a really good look over on cashmere because it's a really kind of a, and it's a kind of fabric that rips easily. It gets some holes in it, so I always look it over really well, especially if I'm paying up for it. That one I didn't. Like I said, that was probably about $2 to $3. Okay, sorry, things got a little bit out of order. I try to organize all this stuff, but then it all slips out of order. Okay, so this guy is a White House Black Market jacket, like a suit jacket. It's really beautiful. It's sold for $15 plus shipping. Here's the tag on it. White House Black Market usually has a little chain link tag. So that sold for $15 with shipping. I probably paid about $2 to $3. And honestly, I think if I had held out a little bit longer, I could have gotten more for it. For whatever reason, I was in a kind of mood where I just accepted it, which is still good. It's a good profit on it. All right, this is an Ann Taylor loft top, and it still had the tags, which is great because you can enter the UPC. It's just like a button-down polka dot top. And this guy sold for $14, and I think I paid about $2 for that. People have also been asking me how I buy things for so cheaply. Basically, I am just always on the lookout. There's a bunch of thrift shops in my region that I keep an eye on and call regularly to see what kind of sales or deals they have going on. We'll drive, you know, maybe as much as 2 hours to go to a thrift shop that's having a good sale. I mean, it's worth it for us. A lot of places like Value World, Salvation Army will do, Value World does a lot of half off sales, and also Salvation Army does many 94-cent sales. So if you just call them, ask them when the next sale is, they'll usually tell you. Also, any of the local thrift shops, I stay very in tune with them, follow their Facebook pages. They usually announce sales there. So it can be done. I mean, you might have to drive a little ways, but the stuff is out there. All right. Okay, so next we have, let me look at my list here. We have a bathing suit. This is, like I said, bathing suits and shorts have been selling really well lately. This is a J. Crew bathing suit. It's a one-piece. So cute. So this guy I got at TJ Maxx for, I paid $10 for him at the end of last season, and it sold for $28. So, the interesting thing was I did buy it brand new from TJ Maxx, but it did not have the tags on it. When I got home, I realized it didn't have tags. It probably would have sold a lot more if it had the tags. But I'm okay with the profit on this. Plus, I described it as new without tags, and that's really important to be upfront with your buyer. Even if something is new, if it doesn't have the tags, you need to tell them. That's important. Okay, this is a Moda International dress. It's a silk dress. It is gorgeous. It's got these flutter sleeves. It's very romantic, perfect for Valentine's Day. Tag's hanging off a little bit. I'll probably fix that. But this is a brand that I believe was once sold in the Victoria's Secret catalog. Victoria's Secret has discontinued their catalogs, just the regular clothing lines. So I don't even know what this brand remade anymore. But anyways, it's a beautiful dress. It's 100% silk. And it sold for $24, and I paid $1.99 at the Goodwill as is. Okay, the next item is a Chico's tank top. And I love these little Chico's shell tanks. They're really basic, like something you'd wear under something else. I always grab these because they always sell. And this one sold for $12.50, and I would not have paid more than $1 for this. That's generally how much I feel comfortable paying for those. Okay, next item is a J. Crew sweater. Been finding so much J. Crew lately, which is awesome because it sells very well. It's a bright orange sweater. I believe I got this at the Salvation Army for at a 50% off sale, so it's probably about $2 to $3. And this one sold for $20. $20 was the magic number this weekend on Posh and on eBay. All right. Okay, so Lucky Brand is another brand I talk about a lot, I'm sure, because I love to find it. So this is a Lucky Brand t-shirt, and this one sold for $15, and I paid about $2 for this at a 50% off sale at Value World. Okay. All right, this is another brand that I find does super well on eBay. I would not even really waste my time listing this on Posh or Mercari. It's J. Jill. It's a mall brand, but the stuff tends to be pretty expensive. It's just a linen skirt, like a teal color, and it sold for $25, and I paid $2 for this at a 50% off, with a 50% off coupon at Value World. Okay, so here's another Anthropologie piece. Doletta, I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it. That sounds right. But it's just a regular gray tank top, and it sold for $13.50. And this I paid up for a little bit. When I'm kind of in a bind time-wise and I need to source, I'll source from online consignment shops. So I paid $3 for this, which is normally more than I would pay for a tank top, but still about a $10 profit on that guy. Okay. Oh, this is an interesting brand. So usually I don't sell scrubs, like nursing wear. I found that they weren't selling very well for me, but recently I've gotten back into it. This brand is Koi, and this is like a nursing uniform top. And I actually found my first piece when I was at the Goodwill as is, and I picked it up, and it was like a really cute print. It just looked like a regular shirt. And I thought, well, that looks like sometimes you can tell by the tag, like if something's quality. And I thought that looks like a good quality, so I grabbed it. And then when I got it home, I realized it was a nursing top, and I was like, oh man, I don't really do nursing tops. But I sold it, and I got a good profit on that one, so I'm always on the lookout. Generally for scrubs, I always buy this brand, the Koi brand, or if it's like a Disney theme or something like that. Like I just recently sold like I think it was an Aristocats one, and then also I sold like a Marilyn Monroe one, so anything that's kind of novelty. And for the Koi anyways, it usually sells really well. For $20 is what this one went for, and I paid $1.99 for that at the Goodwill in Flint, Michigan. Okay, here we go. So this is a brand that isn't like super high end or anything. This is a Kohl's brand. It's Lauren Conrad, but it was a really cute style top, and I would not have paid more than $1 for this, and it sold for $10. All right, so this is a pair of men's shorts that I found at the bins. They've got this embroidery on them. The brand is Tulle Jeans. And these sold for, let me see, I think they're on this page here. These sold for, I believe it was $15. Oh, no, sorry. They sold for $13.57 plus the shipping. The buyer pays the shipping because they're heavy. They're over 16 ounces. Charging shipping on those guys. For a bins find, that's pretty good. Okay. So next we have, okay, this was a really good sale. So this is a really beautiful cardigan sweater, and the brand is Babu, I think. It was new with tags. I paid about $3 to $4 for it. And this is a brand I believe is sold at like Nordstrom's, or at least some kind of like higher end department stores. It sold for $35 plus shipping. So not bad for a $3 to $4 investment on that. Okay. Here is another Chico's. It's Zenergy. It's just one of their little sub-brands. It's a size 1, so it's a size equivalent to a size medium. It's just a basic little kind of tie-dye looking t-shirt. Sold for $10.37. It only cost me 94 cents, which is about how much I would feel comfortable investing in a piece like that. Okay, these are Lands' End khaki pants. So I don't usually do a lot of pants. They just don't move as quickly for me as the top, so I don't spend a lot of time on them. But this cost me less than $1. It was in a $10 basket sale. It's a really good size. It's an 18. Oh, I thought it was 18 tall. It's just a regular 18, which is still really good. For pants, I like to pick up the larger sizes. And it sold for $13 plus shipping. All right, so here's another Maurice's. They have a really good plus size line at Maurice's that I do really well on when I find those particular items. This is a dress. I believe this cost me less than $1 at a thrift shop, probably from the basket sale. It's a size 20, which is fantastic. That's a great size. And this sold for $17, so less than $1 invested in that. Okay, next on the list. So I did sell a few more pieces of my Victoria's Secret swimwear. If you did not read my blog post on that or follow me on Instagram, I talk a lot about how I purchased over 300 pieces of Victoria's Secret swimwear on clearance, and they've just been selling on Posh, Mercari, and eBay very consistently. This pair, I'm not going to take it out of the bag, but it cost me $3.99. I bought a ton of these, and it sold for $24 plus the shipping. So, good profit on those. Turns out it was a pretty safe bet, spending all that money on that Victoria's Secret swimwear. I'm happy. I'm very relieved and happy that it's been selling consistently well. This is a beautiful J. Crew blazer. This also came from an online consignment store. It's really gorgeous. I love the color on it. It sold for $30, and I believe I paid $8 for it. So, like I said, if you're going to source online from online consignment shops, there is some security in it, because if you get the item and it's got a spot or something like that, you can send it back. But 99% of the time, the items look good because they actually look through things themselves before they accept them. So the majority of the items aren't going to have any hidden spots or holes or anything. They do a pretty thorough job, and it's still a good profit. Not as cheap as I would get things for at a thrift shop, but I will take it. Okay, the next item is a J. Peterman dress. It's like a fuchsia color linen. It's really super cute, and this is a pretty high-end brand. So I like to sell this brand, and again, evidence that the spring summer stuff is really starting to move. This was $25. I sold it for $25, and I paid $1.99 for it at the Goodwill as is. Okay, so here is another top. This is the brand is Flying Tomato. It's a really cute hot pink top, got like the little cutout shoulders, so of course you'd put that in the description. Keywords, cutout shoulders, that's what I think I described it as. And I paid probably 94 cents for this, and it sold for $13.57. Okay, so this was one of our awesome Value World finds. This is a Free People distressed denim skirt. Still had the brand new tags for it. Look at these things. It goes, I don't know if you can see it, but it goes for $108 new. So I knew I wasn't going to get that much for it, but it did sell for $38, and I paid about $3. Maybe I could have held out for more. I don't know. When that offer came in for $38, I thought on a $3 investment, I will take that. Okay. Also, like I said, shorts have been selling really well. These are a pair of short shorts by Roxy. They're actually really cute. And I paid 99 cents for these at the Salvation Army sale, and they sold for $12. And I'm actually at the end of my basket here. Those were all the items that I wanted to show you. So now I'm going to say goodbye because we have 51 items to ship. We've already been to the 2 thrift shops this morning, so it's time to get shipping and time to get some homework done. Bye everybody.